Alright guys, on the weekend when I started the car up, it was running rich, and you can see that on the AFRs. It was, I can't remember, I think it was down near 12 or something like that. Now I found the issue. The Haltech was saying that the TPS was at 22%, so throttle pretty much quarter of the way open, so it was adding more fuel for that, but the butterfly on the throttle was closed. So we're getting rich mixture. It wasn't running very good, so I had to update my Haltech software and then hooked it up, recalibrated the TPS, and now is the first time I'm going to start it, so hopefully it's all good and we get a nice idle. So I'm going to make sure that I am hooked up to the computer now from now on for most of the time. Let's see how we go. Okay, TPS is at 0%. It's working. So it was I thought I was there. Right, voltage is down a bit, so hopefully we can get that up. There we go. Oh, TPS is at 7. That's weird. Alright, so we weren't getting any fuel trims going on the weekend either. Look at the AFR, it's fat. 10. So I've probably got a lot of fuel. It's going to have to correct itself. There we go. Got some corrections now. It'll sort itself out hopefully. Alright. So we're going for 14.7 AFR. And there we are, we're at 10. So it's going to be a lot of corrections. Maybe I've got a foul plug too, because it was so rich. Well, sounds like it's starting to sort itself out. There's a corrections table. Revving a lot better. That's good. But yeah, TPS is sitting at 6. Shouldn't be moving at all. It's a cable. Still fat as. It's kind of alright. We're not getting. Target. So we should be targeting 14.7. Moving all over the place. It's getting better. It might be fouled. Yeah. I've just been changing the timing, slowly bringing it back down. It sounds. I'll be back with some more tuning stuff. Alright, at the moment I've just blocked out this whole section from 750 up to 1500 in vacuum to 15 degrees. So she's idling down at 1000 to 1100. But yeah, it revs up good. Sounds better. Alright. So getting some corrections, not much. It's pretty good. Anything plus or minus 3% is good. I'm happy. Where are we at? AFR. Still a little rich. Yeah, I think we're might be fouled up. I should pull the plugs. Oh, now it won't come back down. Alright, so now I've completely blocked out 15 degrees, so once it gets back down under 2000, it's going to settle into the idle. It's all in vacuum, that should be fine. Yeah, it's idling better. Alright guys, it's the weekend now. What I'm going to do is try to rotate the bottom of the dump pipe just the slightest bit so we get a perfect seal on the V-band that's down there, and then we can drop this car onto the ground and get it out so we can do some other things in the garage. Alright, I'm pretty sure I rotated it just the slightest and she should be sealed up. If it's not, it's because the V-bands can't get tight enough. Let's get new V-band clamps. Alright, let's start it up and see if it sounds leaky under here. Sounds leaky. There we go. I can see the chuffing out. Coming out there. That might be coming out of the weld. Right there. Hey. Yeah, that's a little hole. But it looks like this one, it's a clamp. That one, I got a little hole in my weld, and probably the clamp too. I'll have to get some new clamps, but that's not enough to not get it on the ground and start tuning. Alright boys, I reset the long-term fuel trims. There wasn't much in there, but with the base fueling map I changed these for 47%, and it's brought the AFRs back to around where they should be. Just trying to creep up into the 62 cell, so it's got the difference there, just pushing it up, bringing it down. Know what I mean? Bring the AFRs down so they're rich. So hopefully with some long-term fuel trims should get some corrections, but really need to take it for a drive and put those corrections into the base map. However, we also need a dyno tuned. We're at about 1% injector flow there. Alright, so with the exhaust, we do have leaks, and we have leaks everywhere. Have a leak here at the front where the little pinhole is. This one is chuffing. That next one is leaking as well. But we're going to do away with that when we do the mid pipe. So I'm not too concerned about that one at the back. This one needs a clamp, and this one needs a little tack pretty much put onto it. So pretty easy. So I really need to order 2 V-band sets and another meter of straight pipe. We should be able to finish this off, but for now we can let this down off the jack stands. Right, first time on the ground in a long time. Alright, get it on the ground. I always forget how low this thing is. Alright. Unfortunately guys, I won't be taking it for a drive yet. I need to put rego on it. And then we can take it for a drive. Don't want to get caught and have fines and have them looking for me all the time. So yeah, maybe throughout the week. But it's back on the ground. Actually, we need to sort out this wiring, don't we? We want that to land on the exhaust and melt. We'll sort that out. Alright, so I'm going to be working on this wiring here before we get this outside. So we've got the reverse light switch here, so I'm just going to transfer that to this side of the plug so we can get rid of the plug, and we can get rid of that, don't need that. So here is for the starter, so we just need to go to the other side of this plug and bridge them. So we really only need 4 wires for my setup. This is a neutral position switch, which is relevant in my situation. So you can either have that one hooked up that shows you're in neutral, or you can do your clutch switch. Same thing. So pretty much you can't start the car unless it's that's the neutral actually. That's why it's bridged. Yeah. So if they were joined, then I'd have to have it in neutral to start it. Whereas they're bridged out, it's always thinks it's in neutral, so I can start it anytime. Alright, there is the wiring for the gearbox. It's twisted. One is just heat shrinked on the end and then put into this yellow heat shrink sleeve, which has the other 2 wires in there that are heat shrinked with a red and a black. So there's 4 different heat shrinks in there. So it'll just connect down into the gearbox down there. So it'll just give us the reverse lights. So now I need to bridge these 2, which is to the starter. It goes to the neutral position switch to allow it to start. So we don't have that switch in line anymore, so we could just trace this back to, where is it, the white ones, so these big boys. So really we just need to bridge those 2 together. See how thick they are down here. They step down, step down, step down. Let's see if I can trace them into the car. Probably can't. I'll probably run across here somewhere under the dash, but I could just bridge them to there. Alright, now I can take this wiring loom off, which is the one that goes down the inhibitor switch down there. Alright, still working on the wiring. Just trying to figure out what this one was, what's in that loom. I went and had a look at my gearbox. It's just this one. There's a loom down there. That's the O2 sensor, the rear O2 sensor. So we can get rid of that because I've got the Haltech O2 sensor. Don't need that one. And this one is done. I'm just got to figure out, because this one is, look at the sensors that are in the gearbox transmission. That is keeping the dashboard from lighting up like a Christmas tree for like traction or ABS. So yeah, we'll have a look inside, see if we can pull these through and get rid of them. Alright, so I'm actually going to leave the TCU in, and I managed to tuck it up there, so instead of it being over where the clutch was, I took all this out and got it in there. I disconnected all of these so I could get it up there. That should be good. So I couldn't get to the other side of this grommet, so I think I might just tape these up and tuck them out of the way. I think that's the best I can really do. Because I don't want to cut this, because there will be a live power on there and a signal. So I don't want to fry the original ECU, because I'm still using that as well. Maybe we can like wrap them back around and tape them, but they'll end up down in this area anyway where there's no heat, so should be out of the way. Just unplug this one and put it on the other side of this heater line here, and it should be okay. Alright, so I'm just going to have it like that. So onto the other side of the heater line, and then it's just all twisted back into there. It should be fine. Currently I'm not going to wrap anything up until I know everything is running good. So we are waiting for another meter of exhaust pipe and 2 V-bands, so you can finish off the exhaust, because we want maximum power out of this when we get it on a dyno. I should remake this section, or even this whole section. Probably better placement for that. And this isn't fitting well. You can tell here with the angle. This coupling isn't good, and it doesn't fit into there because we're going in on an angle. Alright, we've got some exhaust in, we've got the V-band clamps. We need to get some electrical tape to finish up the wiring in the engine bay, but while I wait for that, because I don't have argon yet, I'm going to see if I can reverse mount the intake without much modification and see how we go. Alright, I've swapped the manifold around, and this manifold isn't going to work. You see there it's touching the alternator, so we can't actually bolt it up. Cable works, you can get it into position without like a bad kink, which is good. This doesn't move, but that's for the automatic and that's for like kick down, I think, or cruise control or something like that, which I don't have. So this one works fine. The earth can't reach there, but I could mount it to down here. Have to extend some wiring. PCB is 2 fingers away from the alternator. So this manifold won't work. I think the longer tube manifold will, so it'll push it up a bit. And with the Forester, with the engine sitting lower, because of the frame spaces, we'll be able to fit it under the bonnet. So I think it's an NA one that I need. Alrighty guys, so we've got a little bit done in this episode. Cleaned up the wiring in the cabin under the footwell, so we should be good there. We've cleaned up some wiring here too. We've checked if we can do a reverse mount manifold here, and we will need a longer runner manifold just to get it up here, because I want to keep the AC. I just don't want to have to relocate. And like I said before, engine sits lower in the Forester, so we should be able to have that clearance to the bonnet, so we should be alright. Does look a bit neater. I might move the fuel pressure regulator more over to here, so I don't have to run the line through the manifold. So hopefully we've got enough length of AN line. My flex fuel is down there, so that'll have to get moved. So I think we should have enough room to move it over. So what do you want to see in next episode, guys? I've got a bit to do. Got a few things to get before I can move along with this. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you next time.